Dean PANAS for Topmmanews. I'm here at Unified 4 in Edmonton, where Cody Genghis Krahn just finished his second victory in exactly 7 days. Cody, short notice after King of the Cage fight. What happened? How did this fight come around? I know it wasn't scheduled like 3 days ago.
What had happened was Tim and Sonny, both from Unified, sent me a text message on Wednesday night saying that they had problems finding a main event or a co-main event, and asked if I'd step up. I figured, you know, I hadn't taken any damage from my last fight, and I'd still in training mode. Yeah, I stepped up, and then they told me the only guy available was a 240-pound Jonathan Cardinal. So if you wanted to fight, I wanted to fight. This is what I do for a job.
Now, when the opportunity arose, I'm sure you were all over it. Myself, I was surprised because I thought there was actually a 14-day minimum suspension for a fight coming off, or for a fighter coming out of a fight. How did that play out? Was that a speed bump to get over, or how did you guys work around that one?
I left that in the hands of, again, the guys from Unified. I just told them, though, like, you know, if they'll allow it, I'm good to go. They talked to, I believe, Pat Reed from the commission. He saw my fight last week and saw that I took minimal damage in it, and, you know, I guess he figured I was good to go, and I think he was right.
Now, how mentally prepared for this fight? You know, I know you guys gear up to face a fighter. You and Trent Thorne had a little bit of history, you know, not all bad.
No.
But I know you thought he was calling somebody out that he didn't deserve to be there, so you wanted to step up and take that fight. Touch a little bit on that, and then we'll get into this fight tonight.
Okay, you know, Trent was riding on a 3-fight winning streak before our fight. And then I wasn't there for it, but I caught wind that he had called out Bill Mahood. To me, honestly, I think there's a few guys along the road before you call out a title holder like that. And I called him on it, and he was more than happy to fight me.
So you stepped up and said, you know, if you want a title shot, you better be able to beat me, and he wasn't. You won that fight fairly easily, no offense to Trent.
No.
Now coming into tonight, different story. Big man tonight. Cardinal, you know, the size difference in the ring, you know, you actually had to even try and put on weight to get this fight.
Yeah, no, he was at 240. I've been walking around at 213 pounds. The commission did say that it had to be within a certain weight limit, so they told him, I believe, 225 is where he had to be at. And God knows he tried. He was only 1.5 pounds over, so again, all the respect to John for trying at least.
Now, it was an action-packed fight where you tried to keep the distance away from him. I know he's a much bigger man than you, and you tried to keep the distance by the leg kicks. First leg kick was hard. As soon as that second leg kick you threw, he came rushing right at you.
Yeah, you know, it's really hard to work a game plan when you have that much adrenaline and you have a 240-pound guy coming at you full tilt trying to take your head off. You know, I tried a little bit better to stick to the game plan, but again, the credit to him, he was a very powerful fighter, and he was really good at closing the distance, so I had to resort to my ground game.
Now, the thing that I find surprising, you fought last week at light heavyweight 205. You fight this week at heavyweight at 225. That's like taking the scenic route for a guy that wants to actually fight middleweight at 185. What the heck is happening there?
You know, just what can I say? It's the offers that came up. They asked me how much I could cut. I said after my fight last week, I'd be happy to do 195. The only guy available was at heavyweight, so rather than cutting weight, I just tried to eat back as many spring rolls as I could.
So now, like I say, you want to fight at middleweight. Your record's now 8-2. Is it time to take this a little bit more serious and say, you know what, guys, here I am. I deserve much better competition at 185.
You know, I'm 8-2 now. It means it's time to swim in deeper waters. I'm not going to lie. There's been fights that I've turned down because my coaches felt that I wasn't ready for it. I'm hoping by the end of the year that's not the case. You know, there's lots of guys that have my numbers. I'm not going to be one of those guys that say I'll fight anyone, but by next year I want to be that guy.
So does this mean the end of Cody Krahn as far as, you know, taking fights and not being so serious as to, you know, this is my weight, I got to get to this weight, I got to take this a little bit more serious because this is, in a year from now, I'm going to be one of the guys that people talk about?
Yeah, you know, from now on, I'm putting my foot down firm. I am not taking any more fights at 185. 185 is where I belong. It was kind of cool not to have to cut weight for my last two. But no, I want to establish myself as being a 185er. And I can't progress and try to fight guys as big as I did tonight. It's just the size difference is too much. 185 is where I belong.
Well, I tip my hat to you for helping the guys out in the local scene and you know, helping save the card. It's tough for any organization to lose their main event. So congratulations to you, and congratulations on a great win tonight. But I guarantee you this, in 6 months from now, you'll see a totally different Cody Genghis Krahn. For Topmmanews, I'm Dean PANAS.